I wouldn't stop moving if I could stop moving. I wouldn't stop moving if I could stop moving. I wouldn't stop moving if I could stop moving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I have a new favorite band and I'm very excited about it. It's the best feeling to have a new favorite band. Why isn't life a musical? I just stumbled onto Royal Republic. It's been a few weeks in the making, so Spotify recommended Anna Lee to me like 2 or 3 months back, and I listened to that song on repeat over and over and over again constantly for like 4 or 5 days straight. I could not stop listening to it. And then over the last few weeks I've been revisiting their catalogue, picking out more and more songs out of it that I really, really love. And just thinking like, what is this band? This is so fresh. This is so fun. It's like really, really good songwriting and like really technically proficient and all that, but also like kind of silly and cheesy and like doesn't take itself too seriously. And it's exactly what my soul needed after the last few years where it's been so like heavy and dark and like all the global, everything that we've all been through together, and then also a lot of personal issues. And if you have been watching any of my other videos, you're probably getting a sense that life wasn't ideal up to this kind of interesting period of time. So it's pretty rad to find something that just lifts you, so, like it skyrockets you out of that. It's almost like the last 2 years didn't even happen because I feel so ecstatic having this band to listen to now. What really did it for me, and why I'm talking about it now, is last night I decided to try and watch a live clip of theirs. And the first clip that I checked out on YouTube, and I'm gonna link it below. I'm a cool YouTuber, I say things like this and I point. I'll link it. I'm going to do an impersonation of myself last night as I was watching this clip, and I kind of wish I'd done like a reaction video or something, and maybe this is a sign that I need to start doing those. This is me watching Royal Republic playing 2 of their songs, Stop Movin' and Tommy Gun, at Hurricane Festival 2019. Right, ready? That's pretty much it. I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. Very, very entertaining stage presence. And like each cool thing that happened on stage sent me into overdrive. Yes, it's a lot of fun. It's very high energy, very high vibe, and there's no like political talk. There's no sad, mopey love songs, and it's just fun and high energy, and I think that's what, a new era needs a new soundtrack, and I think that's the sort of spirit that I'm bringing into this new era of me. There's a lyric in their song Can't Fight the Disco, sick track. I don't want a world in black and white, I need colour in my life. I feel that. I really feel that. The last 2 years have been dark and they've been heavy. All the stuff that we all went through together, mixed with some personal things. The last 2 years have not been ideal, and if I'm honest, for me, it's probably been the last 3 years that haven't been ideal. And I definitely feel like I've rounded a corner, I've like turned a page. And if you're watching this channel, you can kind of see that things are starting to, something's happening, like there's a shift happening. And this band is almost like the final puzzle piece that I was missing that's just fallen into place, and now I have. The thing is, like, I'm one of those people that when I first got into music in high school and I was like 13 or 14, like that was it. my whole identity, my whole life was wrapped around the bands that I listened to and the music that I listened to. And I listened to a lot of I listened to so much stuff. But like my favorite bands, well, I'll just say, like, my favorite bands, like, I started off, I got into Green Day, and I branched out into, like, a lot of punk music from there. Next favorite band was The Living End, and that was, like, the biggest part of my life for a very, very long time. I'm from the same town as they are, so get a lot of access to them, their shows, and have, like, a big fan base here, so it's, like, really easy to get wrapped up in it. Alex, my boyfriend, and I, we got together because of that band. A lot of my biggest life highlights revolve around that band. They mean a lot to me. Next up came Queens of the Stone Age, and what do you say about Queens of the Stone Age? Like, what do you even say? I will never not love their music. They're untouchable, absolutely untouchable. However, some of the, how do I say this without being a jerk? I guess there's an alignment mismatch, basically. Like, I'm developing and cultivating all these different values, habits, ideals, and unfortunately, the lifestyles and, like, personal life of that band, Josh, obviously, hasn't really felt right to me for a while. I used to be very, very big on the whole rock and roll, get wasted, take all the drugs, stay up all night, trash your hotel room kind of vibe, like quintessential rock and roller kind of thing. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, wild child, all that. Like, I thought that was the bomb. I thought they were the coolest people. And these days, I don't know. It's a tricky one, because obviously that image is still very imprinted on our psyche as, like, the coolest thing. And for sure, I definitely have some admiration for people that are willing to, or a lot of admiration for people that are willing to live outside of the constraints of regular society. But at the same time, I wouldn't advocate for anything that's going on there, and it was getting a little bit difficult to, I guess, identify that as my favorite band, like my boys. I don't know, it just didn't feel good. And I had a picture on my vision board of Josh as a live performance and taken from the back of the stage, and there's just so much, like, energy and electricity in that photo, and it really encapsulated for me so much of what I love about that band and about Josh specifically. Like, in that photo, he'd kicked over a piano and was dancing around on top of it. Things got a little bit hairy on that tour, and nothing against any of them. I think Josh is just on a little bit of a journey of his own right now, and it sucks that he's having he's had rough times of it. Shitty thing to watch. But yeah, right now that's just not vibing with it, I guess. And I took down that picture from my vision board a few days ago because I finally acknowledged that it just wasn't part of the bigger picture. I'm just looking up at the vision board now, and it stood out like a sore thumb compared to what I overall, or my overarching wants and needs in life. But I felt a little bit empty doing that. It's like, oh, now what? I guess maybe for a second there I thought I was getting old and that I was too crotchety now to have a favorite band. I thought like, what, right, maybe Queens was my last like obsession in the music world. Like maybe that's the last time I'll be like really, really hooked on anything. And then lo and behold, 3 days later, Bro Republic just snaps into place. Like I had been listening to them, but last night watching that live clip, it got me, it hooked me. They've got such cool style, and it's so much fun, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. So that's something I think that is a big part of where I'm going. That there's 2 years of taking life way too seriously, if not longer, and I'm ready to just have fun again. Like, so these songs are musically, like technically very proficient and just good. I just get so excited that I almost can't bring words out, because it's a feeling thing. It's a feeling. I almost don't want to find words for it. Just like this morning I described it, I was listening to one of their songs and it felt like the music was all through my body. And you know, I haven't felt that in way too long. So the music's fantastic, but then the lyrics are like pretty cheesy a lot of the time, but not in a cringy way, just in a like, screw you, why do we need to do serious lyrics kind of way, right? Like it's almost taking the piss a bit, but in this really addictive way, like the cheesy lyrics, but you can't help but sing along. You can't help but love them. I really needed this. It's just one more thing. I've been on this like streak for about a month now of every day something new comes along that elevates me up to like another level of happiness, and this has just sent me kind of skyrocketing up a little bit more. I picked up my guitar for the first time in ages today. I could not wait to learn how to play Tommy Gun by this band, Royal Republic, and it has been almost 2 years since I felt inspired and motivated to pick up my guitar and learn a new song. The last one for the record was Kiss the Go-Goat by Ghost, another Swedish band. There's a bit of theme here. Yeah, Ghost was like my other big favourite band for quite a long time there, and then also recently, just some of those darker themes kind of, I still love it with all my heart, and I'll still sing along, and I'll still, like, I'll go to the concerts, like, I still love it, but it's just not something that I like. I don't really know what I'm trying to say here, I guess. I don't know, I don't really know. But, yeah. I played guitar again today. Like, I actually wanted to. It wasn't something I had to force myself to do. I was really excited, and there's a few more other songs in their catalogue that I'm just fired up as hell to get plucking on my strings and learn, which is a really cool feeling to be charged up about that, because that was a big passion of mine for a long time too. I was obsessed with playing, and that dropped off. So it's cool to be properly inspired again. And Stop Moving is exactly captures the essence of what I would have wanted for a theme song for this channel if I was ever going to make one. So that's rad too, because it's like this band was like custom made for me. The live clip that I watched, the one that's linked, is they're in like these red diner jackets, and they look real swank, real classy. And the last thing that I was really excited about that Josh Homme and Co did was when they did the post-pop depression tour with Iggy Pop, and they had those red diner jackets, the really sparkly red diner jackets on, and there's the clip from Royal Albert Hall of them playing Lost for Life, and even just listening to it, even without watching it, even just listening to it, the joy and the ecstasy and the energy from the room that they're in, like it all resonates out. And yeah, just palpable how stoked people are in that room, and it always gives me a real buzz. And it was so cool to watch this clip last night and be so blown away. And then also the dudes are in their diner jackets and there's similar things, and it's almost like a picking up where I left off, like picking up some sort of loose thread, and it's like the next step or something. Like it's very serendipitous to me. That might sound like a stretch, but whatever. I think it's a cool coincidence. I also really like. Yeah, so it's like fun. It's dancey. It's rocky. It's stompy. It's snarly. It's swaggery. It's like it's everything that's good. And also in this live clip I watched, so they get the crowd to do like a. I was embarrassed to do it properly, so now I just looked silly. But you know what I'm saying? Yes, the whole crowd doing a I can't do it properly. The lead singer's got this really deep, like macho kind of voice, and it sounded way more impactful coming from him. What I love about that is like that's a bit different to the usual thing, that the hand claps and the whoa. You can tell it's been a long time since I went to a concert. Bloody lockdowns. It's different, and it was pretty cool actually. It felt like a Maori haka almost, and that's what I need. I need fun. I need parties, like party time band. I need my fun party time band, but I also need some warrior energy, some warrior spirit, and that is so much what I get from this band as well. And that that's perfect. So right now, ticking all the boxes, and yeah, I genuinely feels like this is a band that just got custom made for me. It almost feels like I maybe manifested myself a new favorite band. Like, why now? And I can only assume it's because I finally let go of my attachment to the last thing. I let go of the old to make room for the new, and that's sort of the theme for everything I'm doing. Actually, I had an interesting, completely off topic, but I had another interesting experience like that. Just yesterday, we'd applied for a house to rent, and weren't really quite sure about it. And we got a call from the real estate agent in the morning yesterday that kind of made it sound like it was pretty much a done deal, that we were going to get this offer. He just needed to check one other thing. And we had a housemate meeting about it, and everyone sat down and had a chat, and we realized that actually it might not be a good time to move, and yada yada yada. Anyway, the important thing to note is that I've wanted to move out of this house ever since we moved into this house. Long story, but that's, yeah, I have been dying to get out of here for as long as we have been here. And then the second an opportunity presented itself to get out of here, I realized all of a sudden my life has changed since a month ago when we first started this house hunt, and financials and all this other stuff. We kind of came to a conclusion that maybe not a good idea, and I said it out loud. Like, you know, I'd actually probably be cool staying here. Which was a weird thing to admit after 2 years of complaining nonstop about being here and saying how much I couldn't wait to get out. And yeah, lo and behold, like, not 5 minutes later, the real estate agent called to say that we had been accepted for the property. I ended up declining. It was just interesting to me that the second I let go, the second I accepted we're in this house, and if we can't move, we can't move. The second that I actually expressed that out loud, boom, we got off at the other house. But I had to stay true to my word and, yeah, stick to my guns on that. See, completely unrelated, but manifesting is pretty cool. And I feel like I've been doing a little little bit more of it lately than usual. I guess I'm just, yeah, switched onto something and thinking about the right things with the right energy. That kind of veered off into a different direction. Anyway, Royal Republic, new era, new soundtrack, new faces. I'm really, really stoked. I'm really, really stoked to have a new favorite band because it just makes me feel whole again. It's just nice to be frothing over a new band again, I guess. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I've definitely dragged this out a little bit longer than it needed to, probably. Royal Republic, get on it.